Okay, welcome back for the third installment. Um, One of my viewers pointed out that I had missed a couple things in the last video, and sure enough, I had missed the installation of the breast hook, the foredeck, the nesting bulkheads, and the transom. So I've pulled up the footage for the nesting bulkheads as you see here being assembled. I didn't have anything for the transom, but it's quite the same as the bulkheads, which you fit it after you've unfolded the dinghy. You fit them and then screw from the outside of the hull into the nesting bulkheads and the transom. And again, having the luxury of it being a pre-built, pre-cut kit rather, there are lines. So for this four-deck installation here, there are lines of where the wood, there are lines on the inside of the hole of where the wood should be placed. And that just really made the job a lot easier, especially once we leveled, which we did. We leveled the dinghy and made sure that, yeah. So here we are working on the gunnels using a router to get a nice round edge. And here we're going to begin working on the chines. And we used a hand planer on that, and that worked out so well. In fact, that might be my favorite hand tool in the world. Now it's time to move on to the keel protector, and this is the flat surface you need on the underside to attach your keel protector. And then we're just doing some sanding for the chines as well there. Um, so now it's the big moment, which is cutting the dinghy into. And when we put the nesting bulkheads in, of course, doing the filleting and so forth and the taping you see there has secured it well. We use tongue depressors to have the distance necessary to fit the saw in. And we probably used 8 or 10 around. So, and that ended up working out really, really well. It was the perfect width to be able to fit the saw. And we just went around the both sides first, port and starboard, and we drilled the holes that and put that keep that you put that you put the bolts in to keep the dinghy together. And we kind of undid them and did them to make sure that it wasn't just going to kind of fall apart. So we sawed around one, put it back in, went to the next one, pulled that one out, and here it is in two pieces. And that was a really exciting moment. Just kind of kind of a monumental achievement in the process, knowing that it was going to pull apart. And here it is, having the chines outside, the outside faired and smooth. And here we are creating a pattern for the carbon fiber that we're going to add on the outside of the nesting bulkheads. And again, I can't stress it enough. If we would have had, if I would have bought and known about and purchased some of the peel ply, that would have just made the whole thing so much smoother. Again, spent a lot of time fairing and sanding and fairing everything basically, and this is no exception. We did use, I don't know why, just out of just ignorance and inexperience, I decided to use plastic. And you'll see us using a bubble buster there to make sure that we get all the air out, applying the plastic and using the bubble buster on that, and then trying to squeeze it all out. And I don't know. Wow, would have been. I wish I could go back in time and have used peel ply. So, if I haven't made that obvious yet, I hope you understand now. Peel ply is the ultimate time saver. But anyway, it did turn out well for the most part. There were definitely imprints from the plastic that we tried not to let happen, but ultimately did. And so that just means more fairing and sanding and fairing and sanding. And here is just cutting out the carbon fiber for the hull. We're going to just do a dry fit here and get it where we want it. And then we did it one side at a time. So you can see on the port side it's laid over there. We're wetting out and applying as much epoxy as we can to the wood hull so it soaks it in. And then we did the same thing on the other side. And again, we used plastic. It did turn out really well, but there was still a fair amount of sanding and fairing, as you'll see here. And the fairing compound that I used was from Total Boat. It's just a putty, and you just kind of mix it. I think it's a 1-to-1, and it's really, really easy to sand. We also used, for some of the fairing, we also used some of the glass beads. And here you can see we're doing the aft lockers, buoyancy chambers, fitting those and doing filleting here after the clamps go on, doing filleting on the outside, and then after doing the outside, doing filleting on the inside. And that held it all together really well, so that we could move on and finish the filleting in the corners, up the sides, and so forth. And yeah, and then again, just more sanding and fairing. This is the glass bead additive to the epoxy, and it wasn't quite as nice to sand as a fairing compound, but it did work. And thanks. The next video is going to be the foredeck, the thwart seats, the keel protector, oarlocks, dagger board, and we're going to get it all primered and ready to go for gel coat.